Flus walks rarely down the street with his brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. You knew it was time for him to go. Hey, listen, I had to pull up the lyrics so I could save y'all from. I got the lyrics, man. Listen, the Detroit Lions, that's why I had to play Another One Bites the Dust. Here's a little fun note. Did you know that in Rocky 3, the reason Eye of the Tiger was created is because Sylvester Stallone wanted to use Another One Bites the Dust, but Queen said no, so he had to record Eye of the Tiger. Everything happens the way it's supposed to. But speaking of something that happened, man, you guys know this already, but the Bears have fired Coach Matt Eberflus from the Chicago Bears football team after losing 6 in a row. You knew it was coming yesterday with that botched play sequence that was at the end of the game yesterday against the Detroit Lions. Now we got so much to talk about, man. The Bears have been one of those teams that Ben Johnson has been linked to. Now, we hear reports that Ben Johnson he wanted to select this quarterback. And with over there, if Caleb Williams was going to be a guy that Ben Johnson was going to draft, then you got that whole situation. You got your guy over there, right? For the next, it'll be 4 seasons after this if you pick up his 5th-year option. But you also have the Ben Johnson situation about the ownership. And Ben Johnson is a smart man. I said in the video the other day that he gets spooked easily. And it's good because he is trying to make sure that he is not fired after 2.5 seasons. Eberflus wind up going 1-4 against the Detroit Lions in 2.5 seasons. His second game is actually in about 3 weeks. Well, would have been in about 3 weeks. He went the game that he won was the one last year, the second game last year, when a game that we just couldn't. I think we lost to the Bears last year, if I'm not believe. We came back and won a game, and then we came back and won a game we should have lost, and then we lost it, or it could have been in 2022. I can't remember when it was, but he only won one time against the Lions in 2.5 years. I thought it was last year, but now I'm playing. I know we came back at Ford Field, and then, no, we lost in Soldier Field, if I'm not mistaken, last year. But we won at Ford Field. It was just an ugly game. Yeah, we lost at Soldier Field last year. So Eberflus is out. He only had 14. I think he went 14 or 15 and 32 in 2.5 seasons with the Chicago Bears. And his team, he had lost the locker room after the Hail Mary, but it's absolutely crazy as to what happened. The entire team turned on him after that, and you had people tweeting out. I saw Jaquan Brisker tweeted out after. Listen to this. How dysfunctional organizations are. Would Ben Johnson, I promise you, the Lions would never do anything. Nobody on the Lions would do anything like this. He tweeted out, God don't make mistakes. That's what he tweeted out after Eberflus was fired. I promise you would never see that from a Detroit Lion. But the Detroit Lions get another one. You know, he was ready to go. It was time for him to go, bro. Sent another one packing. They did it last year with Josh McDaniels was fired after that embarrassing Raiders game. And Doug Peterson should be joining that group, but he survived until at least the end of the season, it is looking like. But it could happen before that. But Eberflus, another one bites the dust, man. But I wanted to let's look at the play that essentially sealed his fate for the Chicago Bears. Now, this is Caleb Williams and them are driving. This is after a penalty. It was hands to the face, a penalty. The ball was at the 25-yard line. The Chicago Bears have one timeout, and this is probably one of the worst clock managements I've ever seen. And I guess with Caleb Williams being a rookie, you're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. You're not going to put this on him, right? But I got this in 0.25 speed. We're just going to take a look, and I'll just narrate while this is happening. You got second down and 20, 36 seconds. The Bears have one timeout left. They've got one timeout left. This is going to be, as soon as this ball is snapped here. First of all, this is so reminiscent of the play that's about to happen. if they snap the ball. This is just what it looked like. Yes, at 0.25 speed. Got to play it that slow to avoid copyright. Plus, we can break this down. Shout out to Zadarius. You see how he got off the snap? Zadarius Smith, what a play, bro. And shout out to Al Caden that's back there as well. Them two dudes was balling out. I think that's the half a sack. So here the clock is running with the snap, 22 seconds. Now, Caleb is going to take a little bit of time getting up. I appreciate that the Lions got off of him. We've seen guys lay on dudes. I love this. Zadarius straight up ran over Al Caden to do his celebration. That is fantastic, man. Now, 28 seconds. You can see Shelton is saying, we got to get it moving. I think that's the dude that was on the sideline crying when it was over, or he looked like it was over. Now, at this point, if you're Eberflus, you take the sack, you got to be willing to call a timeout. Right now, at 24 seconds, Caleb's trying to get everybody to huddle. They should have a play already ready to go. He's walking over to the side. What is he doing? He's trying to get everybody to play. Now we're at 20 seconds. This is, so already since the sack has happened, it's been 13 seconds. Now we're at 14 seconds. Down at this point, you've got to call a timeout. Get one more play, maybe throw it out of bounds, and then either you can do a Hail Mary or a field goal attempt. So before Caleb is even and everybody's lined up, 20 seconds have passed from the moment he was sacked. You're talking about horrible clock management. Still no timeout called. Now, Caleb has been standing there since he's going to stand here. Look at this. And all of this time, Eberflus is not going to call a timeout. And I believe this is him over here on the sideline right there. That could be him. I can't really tell. But look at this. 7 seconds remain, and the ball is still not snapped. It's not until the 6-second mark, it should be snapped any minute, that it is finally snapped. So you're talking about almost, that's ridiculous, 27 seconds, right? 27 seconds from the moment he was sacked to the moment he throws the football and spends a bunch of time in the air, hits the ground. Shout out for Terrion Arnold, man, not getting pass interference. That might have been if it wasn't uncatchable. But nevertheless, we got the win. So this is insane. Eberflus with the worst clock management that I've ever seen. And at some point, you have to call a timeout. You have to call a timeout. With the sack happen, here's what he should have done. I've heard a bunch of different kind of narrations of what could have happened. You take the sack. It's now, you took the sack. It was now third down, right? You call a timeout, okay? On third down, you get a quick play, try to pick up some yards. You run your field goal team out there, and you try to get that done. Or you hurry back to the line, get a play. And, I mean, to me, you can put some of this on Caleb, but you got to put most of it on Matt Eberflus. But the Lions strike again, get another dude fired, another coach fired for 2 back-to-back years after playing the team. You could argue that he should have been fired, but that's not the case. He got fired after playing the Detroit Lions. So Eberflus only goes 1-4 against the Detroit Lions, but doesn't it feel good? Like, this used to be us. When our organization has been this for decades, this type of dysfunction. You got people tweeting out, God don't make mistakes. You got other people saying after the game, I feel like our team played well enough to win the game. Like, the way it was put, just the dysfunction from these organizations. And to bring it back to Ben Johnson, that's why I don't think Ben Johnson ends up a Chicago Bear. It's because you got to look at this. This is about more than the team. This is about this go up the food chain. You got management, you have ownership, and Ben Johnson wants to be in a place where he's going to be given the opportunity to properly succeed. And Carolina was not that place. Apparently, the Commanders were not that place, and I don't think the Bears are that place. I really don't. I see Aaron Glenn leaving before Ben Johnson. But, man, the Detroit Lions, hey, they came here to kick butt and chew bubblegum, and they all out of bubblegum. 10 straight, getting coaches fired. And, yeah, Eberflus was digging his own grave, but the Detroit Lions threw the dirt on top of him, man. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about Matt Eberflus. Man, the Detroit Lions, if they don't get that victory last year, and here's the thing, too. Like, the organization, I really believe that we should be super thankful for who we have. Like, yeah, I'm tough on Brad Holmes. That's because I want to win. But from the stability that Jared Goff has brought us, like, seriously, man. And I think that when Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell brought in JG, they had that thought in mind about, you know what, this guy is 20, he was 27 at the time, is going to give us longevity, stability. We don't have to worry about the quarterback. We can build around him. And look at what happened. So Matt Nagy drafts Justin Fields, okay? Matt Eberflus has Justin. Then Eberflus has to draft Caleb Williams. And now he's fired. Both coaches got fired after drafting quarterbacks. Now, I don't think if Ben Johnson did go over there, he would get fired. But I think Caleb is something he can work with. But, man, Lions take another one. Claim another one, man. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You can be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. Now, another one bites the dust. Let's see if I remember the lyrics in 5 minutes.